Hey y'all, and welcome to Splat Guides, a rundown on how to use weapons in both turf war and anarchy battles. Today we'll be looking at the weapons in the Splattershot family. And we'll kick it off with the Splattershot JR, the first weapon of all Inklings in every Splatoon game. Do not mistake it for a noob weapon though, it does find a spot in all levels of play. The JR has fairly short range and quite a wide bullet spread. This makes it great for covering turf without sacrificing quite as much damage as other coverage focused weapons. Its shot does 28 damage, requiring 4 to splat. Due to the spread, your time to splat will vary greatly depending on how far away from the enemy you are. In turf war, the JR is great for beginners. The ink coverage allows you to help your team, but the weapon's damage and range is just enough where you're not a complete sitting duck when you're in range of an enemy. Spend your time inking turf as much as possible, throwing your special near teammates or in good flanking spots. Seeking fights with this weapon is silly. But if the opportunity presents itself, don't be afraid to attack someone unaware or to defend yourself. For ranked game modes, consider yourself a supporter. Your special recharges incredibly quickly compared to other weapons. Make use of this to make up for your lacking firepower. Your job is to secure key routes and objectives with ink while building your special. With some team coordination, it can quickly turn the tide of a fight near the objective, allowing splatted teammates a way back into the fight safely, or to further reinforce a good position. While it is strong, do your best not to waste time inking your base to build the special. There will be enough enemy ink available to build it up with. Now, let's move on to the Splattershot. This is the Mario of Splatoon weapons. Well-rounded in all areas. Okay damage, coverage, range, spread, and time to splat. It doesn't really excel anywhere, but is viable for just about everything. As you can see, the ink range goes farther, but is thinner than the JR's. It does 36 damage per shot, needing 3 shots to splat, and the time to splat is fairly consistent. The effective range is about 2 squids farther than the JR, despite what the ink coverage may look like. The Splattershot is a fantastic choice for any match-made groups, and it's in my opinion one of the absolute best turf war weapons. No matter what your team, you can fill gaps in the makeup. Team of nothing but arrow spray, go on the offensive to protect them while they ink your territory. Nothing but chargers, help fill in the gaps in ink coverage. It really helps add some consistency to the random nonsense of pickup groups. In ranked game modes, a lot of the same applies. Be ready to be flexible, fill in where your team needs you. This flexibility helps a lot. Always be thinking about what you can do to be helpful throughout the match, changing your strategy up to fit current needs. Stay near the objective. If you're getting outnumbered, splat some squids. If your teammates have that handled, don't go out of your way to chase down one opponent who's running away. Stay by the objective and make sure that it stays yours. Last but not least, let's take a look at the Splattershot Pro. The other end of the spectrum from the JR, this weapon lives up to its name. High damage, accuracy, and range, at the cost of lower ink coverage and efficiency. It isn't a good weapon for a beginner at all, but its consistency and power makes it great for skilled players. As you can see, the range is farther with much less spread, at the cost of ink coverage. Something notable is just how quickly it can run out of ink. It does 42 damage per hit, requiring 3 shots to splat. the time to splat is really consistent thanks to the low variation in shots. This weapon isn't really made for turf war, but that doesn't mean it can't be useful. Personally, I usually use it to hunt down shorter range weapons that are just sitting ducks running around inking turf with little ways to fight back. That sounds rough reading it back, but I'll stick with it. This comes at the cost of you being worse at inking, but if you splat enough opponents, your teammates can usually make up the difference for you. Ranked play, though, is a completely different story. It is very strong here, having all the extra benefits we've stated before, without needing to worry that much about your primary weakness, low ink coverage. Stay near the objective, and splat any enemies that come into view. With its range and accuracy, it's an even matchup for chargers, bows, and similar as well. While they will outrange you, your faster fire rate will often make up the difference. Play to your strengths, don't waste your ink contesting the zone, go after the enemy fighting you for it. You can jump on the tower if needed in tower defense, but just as easily, stay nearby and defend those who are on it. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope I was able to teach you something. The moral of the story for this trio? Be versatile. Your strength lies in being able to do what's needed in many different situations. I hope you liked this new style of tutorial. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Like the video if you made it this far, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay fresh.